About BingwaFest. BingwaFest is a conglomeration of sports. Umesikia vile natumia jina kubwa kama hiyo. And of course I have the people who matter on BingwaFest. Niko na washindi wa rugby, niko na mshindi wa 100 meters na niko na partners especially in that sector ya health. BingwaFest is not about playing and winning. It is also about getting yourself good mental health care and also physical health care, your wellness. Wanakuja kutuambia kwa nini watu walikuwa wanacheza kwa uwanja na pia wanaangaliwa, wanatibiwa, wanapatiwa, those consultancy advices by specialists. So remember, we are also asking you, which is the most popular sport in Kenya? Tuambie, piga simu, teke, yote. I will be there, of course, to share your views and your comments on this great show. Wacha niingie haraka kwa hii show, najua tuko na dakika kadhaa. Of course with BingwaFest. Remember, BingwaFest is a national event that went through all regions in Kenya. Yani ukisema watu wa Mandera waliona hii tournament, watu wa Mombasa waliona hii tournament, watu wangu wa Mandashivanga huko Kakamega waliona hii tournament, watu wa Busia waliona hii tournament. And of course it was there were different disciplines. There was basketball, there was rugby, and remember it was for both men and women. Si sport mnaonanga tu ni wanaume wanakimbizana, wote walikuwa huko. Athletics watu walishinda. Imagine watu walikuwa wanashinda 2.5 million Kenya shillings. Leeds United mko wapi? Mnakula pesa peke yenu, lazima mnichotee kitu. Of course Leeds Mali ladies team walichukua 2.5. Watu wa nakumbuka timu ya basketball ilikuwa gani? Mwenye natafuta hapo nitawaambia. But of course we shall start with some of the winners hapa Nairobi. Niko na Evelyn karibu sana. Tuko na Meshak. And of course we have the partners of BingwaFest, Zuri Health. Watatuambia kwa nini they partner with BingwaFest, especially matters health. Watch out on the ladies first, of course. Evelyn, tell us about how important this tournament is or was to your team. And mmeshinda mado. Kwanza nasikia mlishinda do, alafu ati mkashinda do on behalf of some your charity event or something else. How important was your team winning money, and how important was this tournament for your rugby team?
Okay, Evelyn Kalemera, team manager. I was team manager and coach for Eastlands Community Rugby. Yes. Going into this festival was a very big event for the girl, because locally, women's rugby is never rewarded money-wise, save for the sports pesa sevens, where even when you look at the winning margin,
yes,
it's because I think most girls who plunge themselves into the sport because of needing something. But this one was a very big thing for them, because the prize money was something to die for. So the girls had the privilege of going all out, and the prize is for whoever goes it, for whoever takes it. So it was a promise. I think it was a big thing for the ladies, for the women, because not trying to bring it down, but the ladies, as far as rugby, when I'm talking on terms of rugby, I think we are presumed to be not yet of age. So when BingwaFest came, and it came with an equal chance for everybody, it was a chance worth fighting for. Yes. And that's why the girls were very excited and they took it.
Well done on that. Of course, we have some pictures that will be airing on the side, of course, showing the finals that are being held in Kisumu. They'll be, of course, happening or airing at the same time these interviews are happening. We also have the overall 100 meters champion, yani yeye na Omanyala wako WhatsApp group moja. Meshak, babu karibu sana. Well done for winning. Nasikia nyinyi ulichotewa, was it $500,000 ama ilikuwa 400? Mshindi wa 100 meters alikuwa anakula 200,000.
Plus relay, that's 300,000.
Tuko na millionaire hapa ndani. Well done on that, of course. But tuambie tu, of course, how this has benefited you. Imekusaidia aje in terms of your preparations. Of course, I know it was not just basically BingwaFest you're doing. I'm sure maybe you have other events you're looking forward to. And how important was this cash rewards to you, and of course also to your team? Unajua, of course, najua kuna watu wengi wanakusaidia kupiga hii shughuli.
Okay. Mimi ni Meshak Babu, nakimbia 100 meters, 200. na mshindi pia wa BingwaFest, that is final edition, ilikuwa kule Siaya.
Yes.
Mimi tangu nilisikia BingwaFest, kwanza nilisikia it was 2023.
Yes.
Na ikafanyika kule Eldoret, lakini ilikuwa introduction. Nilienda huko lakini nilikuwa number 2. So wakati BingwaFest ilirudi, tulikuwa na ile moral.
Yes.
Because in Kenya, since nianze kukimbia sijaona cash prize yenye unachotewa kama hiyo. Kwa sababu mimi nimekimbia, nimeenda international.
Yes.
Nimekuwa na Omanyala kule World Relays Bahamas.
Yes.
And tarehe 6 pia nitakuwa naenda China.
Yes.
For the World Relays. So hii pesa imenisaidia sana kwa preparation zangu, kwa sababu wakati unafanya hii sports na una prepare, you need a lot of money pia in terms of training, in terms of facilities. So wakati nilienda nikashinda, that is the first edition Western region, hiyo pesa imenisaidia sana kwa preparation yangu ya kukimbia hiyo Betika final na kukimbia the other races.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well done for that. Of course, those are good stories. Najua umesema tu juu kidogo bana, utatuambia pia imekusaidia sana because I'm sure a lot your team, wale managers wako nani nyumbani, pia watu nyumbani wamefurahi, angalau sasa tuko na nyama tunakula. Christmas najua Easter mlikuwa tu sawa and those. Let me bring also Zuri health. Nowadays of course there is a lot, people just don't do sports alone. You have to know about your physical wellness, your mental wellness. This BingwaFest event, I mean, how significant has it been in terms, of course, of the services that you offer besides sports?
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Peter Mnyasi from Zuri Health.
Karibu.
Basically, our partnership was aimed at making the BingwaFest a success.
Yes.
By mitigating the risk associated with injuries.
Yes.
So we had a two-pronged approach in terms of support. First was the focus on the players and also the participants in the games.
Yes.
So that we could provide rapid medical services in case of injuries. We could also provide evacuation in case of serious injuries to hospitals.
Yes.
And also provide expert kind of medical support for cases that require that, especially those referred to hospitals. Now, the second approach was what value could we add to the sports in the community? And that's why we rolled out the Betika Medical Camp.
Yes.
And this is an opportunity for every community members to just have free medical care in terms of free consultation to doctors, free laboratory tests, free medication, and also free dental and optical services. So basically, we were also trying to catch the whole community to be part of the BingwaFest events in every community.
Well done that, of course. Most events in Kenya, you know, of course, just cash prize wacheze alafu wameenda, but now you can hear, of course, now besides playing, you get to interact with your health practitioners who can be able to guide you and offer you advice so that you can tackle these ailments or, you know, sicknesses before they bring you down. Evelyn, what are some of the challenges that you faced? Of course, before BingwaFest, of course, I'm sure, and dealing with ladies, there are several challenges, and how did you overcome them? And how do they pay off? Because the challenges are good because they make you stronger, and of course they get you to the other side, and that's why you have won. Some of the challenges, how you overcome them in terms of organizing the team, planning, all those things.
Okay, first of all, getting the attention of a girl child I think it takes a very little, to get a girl interested in such a sports, it takes a lot of patience.
Yes.
So one of the challenges, and as ladies, we are fond of saying we are in those days, so just maneuvering around, modeling this lady to believe in herself.
Yes.
And forget about the physiological factors and what have you that you have to play as a team. It takes a lot of patience for you to interact with them, because sometimes you can turn up for training, you find that everybody, even you including me being a lady coach, maybe I'm also not in the mood. So just trying to bring those moods together to form part of a team is really a hassle. But I think we sat down, wrote down our mandate on what we want to achieve, our core values, and we get ourselves accountable that if you don't adhere to this, what are the repercussions? And the bigger picture is that you tell these girls that look at the bigger picture is that we don't want to play local. You want to go far. Now you give them, because nowadays internet is everywhere, you tell them during your free times, if you have Wi-Fi, go on the internet, look at who you want to become, and look about how that person prepares her day for you to, unless you want to be a local champion. And another challenge which we have is that, as I say, ladies, we are always on the back foot. We are always on the, so getting to convince this girl that you stand an equal chance as that man on that stage. So you have to, you just have to build up one day at a time, and you have to make your strategies work, because promises today, tomorrow, somebody tends to give up. But I think when we sat down together, I gave them my views, and they gave they gave me theirs, and we worked on achieving that. And when BingwaFest came, winning the Nairobi edition made them believe in themselves. So going well into Kisumu, they knew what they wanted, and right now they are even ready for the next, for those who will be within that age gap.
Yes.
They can't wait for the next tournament, so which is a good thing. When BingwaFest came in, I think they have a realistic thing to look up to, not just promises, because we keep on promising them tomorrow, but now BingwaFest wasn't about promises. It was about the work is done, you sign, you give your signatures, you give an account number, and it's done. So we've managed twice, so I think we are on the right track.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Mesha, that memorable thing, ile kitu ambayo ilikufurahisha sana, ilikubamba sana kwa hii season ya BingwaFest ni gani? That memorable thing, maybe even for your team or ama kwako pia, uliona nini? And of course tuambie pia uli-interact na watu wa Zuri Health, walikucheck blood pressure, wakakucheck nini? And how beneficial is this, especially health, to the growth of the well-being of an athlete?
Okay. Mimi kitu yenye nilifurahisha na Betika,
yes,
kitu ya kwanza, kama vile nilikuwa nimekuambia mwanzo,
yes,
Kenya tunaweza kimbia, lakini usipoingia national team, no money. Na ukienda for this weekend meet, pesa yenye unapewa is a small amount of money ambayo huwezi fanyia kitu.
yes.
Na before you train, lazima mentally ukue sawa.
Sure.
Kama athlete. So unaweza kuwa na ile maybe stress, sina pesa. Na wakati unapata pesa, familia nyumbani wakiwa sawa,
mahitaji ndio.
mahitaji ukiwa
yes,
kwa upande wa mahitaji,
yes,
utakuwa vizuri kwa kutrain, kwa sababu umewasort wako sawa. So BingwaFest walikuja na ni kama historia. Kwa sasa tunaisema ni kama historia. Kwa sababu ile amount of money yenye wanapeana,
yes,
haipeanwi huko kwingine. Hiyo ni kama umeenda maybe national team mara kadhaa ndio upate pesa kama hiyo.
Indeed.
Kwa upande ya health tumekuwa nashughulikiwa na watu ya Zuri, kwa sababu wakati mnakimbia injuries inatokea.
Yep, true.
From nowhere, huwezi jua. So tulikuwa tunaenda kwao, tunasoma, ukitaka kujua your status na nini, unaenda unachekiwa na wao.
Yeah.
So walikuwa hapo Betika na Zuri,
yes,
walikuwa na provide kila kitu for free. Yeah.
Well done, Zuri. And of course, I'm bringing Peter to ask you about also the projects like boreholes and of course some healthcare facilities that were contributed. How will that contribute to to improving healthcare infrastructure in these communities that Betika is targeting?
Yeah, so I think the whole concept of giving back to the community is very important. And these projects, actually, it's a very positive effort from Betika,
yes,
to just ensure that they give back to the community. And from a health perspective, there's a big challenge around accessing health. I can assure you, Tony, when you go out there, there are many people who are sick, but they don't go to hospital. The interesting thing is that when they hear there's a free medical camp, they will come. And for us, the objective is to do more of preventive, rather than curative medicine. So through those medical camps, we're able to screen for different diseases. We picked up quite a number of patients who are hypertensive. They didn't know about it. A number of patients who are diabetic, they didn't know about it. Even HIV. Some patients, of course, with proper counseling and support systems in place. So at the end of the day, you find that the community becomes more aware about their health status.
Yes.
And then also their behavior changes in terms of treatment or care kind of seeking behavior starts creeping in the community. And one of the most interesting things that came out from our interaction is that people really appreciate when you go back to the community and ask them about Betika. I think the element of the free medical camp comes out very loud. So that means that there is impact, and also we are really touching many lives out there.
Well done for that. Of course, as we come almost to the end of this first part of our interview, let me also bring in Evelyn to share as a coach of your team. Ile kitu memorable, some of the memorable moments, memorable highlights of the entire season of BingwaFest. Kuanzia huku chini, tuambie ni kitu gani, what stands out to you as a very memorable something that happened that of course you'll always remember as a coach, as a team, whichever, that of course you'd like to share with us. It doesn't go anything.
Okay, the first memorable thing happened during our the Nairobi edition, where we were crowned the champions. I think we just went in for a trial. But the memorable thing was that when we reached the semi-finals, I was like, this is so real. Then came the finals. I think I just wished somebody had taken a photo of me that day. I couldn't.
I'm sure somebody did. Yes.
I was overwhelmed.
Yes.
I've not even come to terms with it. Even going into the nationals, I'm still stuck on the Nairobi edition. And another memorable thing that happens was during the nationals. The nationals, our pool games, the first day everything went downhill. And I was like, God, what are you trying to show me? From up there, is this what you call from grace to grass?
Yes.
Did I just come to Kisumu for a tour or what have you?
Yes.
I was somehow so depressed, but for the sake of the girls who depend on my every word that I tell them, I just had to keep on. I told them, we are still fighting this. Then when the quarter pairing came, I looked through it and I gave the captain a call and told them, put all the girls on speaker. I want to talk to all of you as a team. I told them, we are redeeming ourselves. Tomorrow, let's forget about today. It's done. Tomorrow we are waking up. We are in title contention. We are not coming out of Kisumu empty-handed. And the second day, we turned everything around. By the end of the second day, we were way into although it was, then there was that trick that came. I think we were so overconfident the second day. We were almost, now it was a matter, we say winning is a matter of luck and time.
Yes.
Now we were facing Hunter's Hill for the final slot or the third and fourth place. So it was a matter, one moment you have the ball. We were leading 7-5. One moment we are having the ball. The next moment, Hunter's Hill are having the ball. So it was just, I just closed my eyes and said, Lord, let your will be done in this. Whoever, let the best team win. So it just needed if we got the ball, kicked it out, we got to the finals. If Hunter's Hill got the ball, so the luck played, it played its hands into Hunter's Hills. They scored and that was the end of it. But still I was grateful to God because given the event of the first day, I didn't know we will come that way.
Yes.
Until I think I had already known that we are done.
Okay.
So by the time we went to the third and fourth place, I think the girls went all out and we got the bronze. So that is a moment to live for. Right. And then there's this story of, I think I read after after the event, there is this, I think it's a memorable story of a school there in Western Ebusambe who missed the Western edition, called in late, checked into the Kisumu edition, and were able to make it to the national. It kept me as a lady, as a coach.
Yes,
I think that's an interesting. I'd wish to meet these girls.
Yes.
I'd wish to work with them because
find
they
out
have
a
exactly.
good
It's a very interesting story to tell. It's not that. It's not one that you just have to while away.
Well done.
But otherwise, those are my two memorable, clinching the Nairobi edition champion and making it to the bronze.
Well done.
In
national final.
Yes.
Well done for that, of course. As we wind up, Meshak, ni nini unatarajia in future? Na ungeambia nini vijana ambao wanachipuka? Wale vijana ambao wanapiga training kila siku wanasema hatutafanya, si hakuna kazi, hakuna opportunities. Utawaambia nini? Tukimalizia. Uko na dakika moja hivi.
Mimi nawezaambia vijana kuwa vile Betika imekuja imechip in.
Yes.
Inatusaidia sana kama vijana, na wale vijana ambayo bado wanachupuka talent inalipa.
Yes.
Yeah. So wasi give up, kwa sababu kwa maisha kijana akiwa bado myang,
Yes.
kuna mambo mingi, either anaweza potea,
Yes.
ama pate the right way. So kama mimi na train na majuniors ambao bado wamemaliza high school last year, so tunajaribu kuwa guide waende wakipata maybe scholarship na wapate kazi, kwa sababu hizi forces zinaandika pia ina provide kazi. So mimi nawaambia vijana wasi give up on the way, wa still fight, wata make it.
True.
Yeah.
Well done. Asante sana Meshak. Peter, tukimalizia dakika moja hivi, what do you look forward to in the next editions za Betika? Kutakuwa na vitu gani unatayarisha kama Zuri Health na mafans na wachezaji wana expect nini?
I expect the partnership to go on, even to go to a higher level.
Yes.
And the reason being is in all sports, actually health has to be put on the forefront.
Yes.
To support the players or the participants.
Yes.
If there's an injury and it's not handled well, then there's likelihood that the participants' a career or maybe sporting career could be affected.
Yes.
And that's why it's important to ensure that we have healthcare. And then the excitement of the community by just providing the free medical health checks.
Yes.
I think it has such an impact. It also brings together the whole community. You realize that sports appeals mainly to the youth, the young people, majority.
Yeah.
But the moment you throw in or you bring in now the healthcare, the free medical camps, you find that even the old people who are affected mostly by health issues have an opportunity to also partake in all the activities that are being run within the community.
All right.
Yeah.
Well done. Thank you so much, Peter Munyasi from Zuri Health. Asante sana. Evelyn, Eastlando, say that name, it's Eastlando?
Eastlands Community.
Eastlands Community Rugby Women's Team. And of course, Meshak Babu as well, 100 meters overall winner for the Betika BingwaFest National Finals. Asanteni sana for really this beautiful story. I know we can discuss this for an entire 4 hours. It's a big story, and sure we have very good experiences and moments that, of course, we had for the BingwaFest this particular season. But of course, thank you very much. Asanteni, tell congratulations to your teams as well. And of course, I'll be looking forward to the next event and the next season. Na mnakaribishwa sana TV47 and Radio 47. Thank you very much. Remember that, of course, we're just looking at the highlights, some of the big moments, good stories and experiences that were had during the BingwaFest National Finals and also during the regional tournaments that were held across the country. So I'm sure most of the teams that represented your particular region, definitely right now, I'm sure they're smiling all the way to the bank and looking forward to the next edition. Remember, this is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Right now also we have the Enterprise Cup final that is currently going on in Nakuru. And the Enterprise Cup final, of course, it's a link. Remember, Menengai Oilers are taking on Kabra Sugar. This is almost the repeat of the final of the Kenya Cup that happened on the 12th of April. That's a game that is currently happening as we speak right now. If we have that link, we'll be able to share it. I understand italetwa kwako later on. However, also, just before we bring in Gecko Tribe Chargers to share their story about the preparations for the 2025 Rhino Charge, I would like to take you to Madrid, where there was the Laureus Sports Awards that were held in Madrid, where two big sports icons, that is Duplantis, Armand Duplantis, who is a pole vaulter, almost a 9-time record holder, if I'm not wrong. He's actually the best in the world in pole vault, won, of course, in the Paris Olympics. He was first named the Sportsman of the Year in the Laureus Awards. And also Simone Biles from the USA now also won the Sportswoman of the Year award during the Laureus Awards. We should be having that particular clip. I would like, of course, it to be aired to show you how that event happened in Madrid. Okay. What you're watching, of course, is not the Laureus Awards. That is the Real Madrid team arriving in Seville. And remember, tonight at 11 p.m., Real Madrid will be playing Barcelona in the final of the Copa del Rey. Remember, Real Madrid initially had indicated that they might not play that particular final because of some issues with the referees or match officials, but they have finally decided that indeed they will play it at 11 p.m. So kama mmepata hiyo Laureus tuicheze. Ningependa tupate hiyo Laureus Awards. Kama iko mtupatie. All right. Shall be able to show you later on that particular clip, because it was very important to see some of the significant sports personalities who are attending that event, both current and past. So we take a very short break. We should be back with the Rhino Charge team. That, of course, Gecko Tribe Chargers. Don't go away.